welcome to Module 2.5, how to create a product feed in Shopify. So let's get started. So the data feed, your data feed is basically the data that goes from your Shopify store to Google Merchant Center. There's many different ways to do that. There's Google Shopping app, there's Go Data Feed Watch, Google Sheets, there's manual uploading Excel files. There's many different ways to go about that. My opinion, the easiest way to get started is just use the Shopify app. It's super simple. It's very easy just to get started. Again, I'll walk you through exactly how to do that. But also, like in item 2 here, and I showed you previously, there are specific steps from Shopify that walk you through exactly how to do it. Very, very simple. And it couldn't be easier to get going. So I just recommend using that. There are some advantages with other tools like Go Data Feed Watch. However, so some of those advantages have gone away in the past few months because Google has created some additional features that allow you to do supplemental feeds, but we won't get into that now. In general, I just recommend using the Shopify app to get started. So here's again, just to recap, here's the Shopify instructions, here's the Google Merchant Center instructions, and then also here's the product feed specifications that I talked about. It's very important to have your product feed. It's very important for you to understand what feed specifications are and that your product data has to meet that. For example, if you're selling apparel, Google requires that you have the gender, you have the color, you have the size. You have to have that information for your product to be approved. If you're missing the gender, your products aren't going to be approved. Also, if you don't have a UPC, your products won't be approved. So all of that is very well documented in this product feed specifications. I will go through some of that to show you what that looks like though. So we're going to go to Google or go to Shopify now. The first step in Shopify is actually setting up the Shopify app. Okay, pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go in my apps. Going to add an app to Google Shopping. Going to click Get, Install App. Okay, so now, so there again, it offers that $100 credit. You can check eligibility, get the credit, add that to your AdWords account, which will save you some money. So to get this started, I want to sign in. I'm going to sign in as supply. Okay, I'm going to allow access. Okay, I've already signed up for a Google Merchant account, so that's done, right? Now I just need to add my account number. So my account number is here. Just copy that, go back to here, paste, confirm account number. Okay, I'm going to select all products. If you have different collections, you can select different collections and stuff. Most people just advertise all products. In this, just so you know, in this store, SPD Supply, it's actually just going to have a lot of Amazon products on it as well that I'm not going to advertise, so I may do a collection. But in most cases, you're just going to click all products. So you can see here's all the products that are listed. Have some errors. Some products are published, so that's good. So your first question is, well, what are these errors? Now I'm going to view all the products that have errors. It's possible, look out of the bat, I see there's no Google product category assigned to these. There's missing information. Okay. Now the Google Shopping app will automatically go through and do a check to see if your product meet the Google product feed specifications. Now, if you go back to the presentation, just do a Google search, do Google product feed specifications. This link was at the very bottom, and you can see it here. So this is everything that's required. So it goes through step by step. You've got an ID, title, description. A lot of this stuff's going to be baked in here. But like, for example, what may not be baked in here is the Google categories. So like, it's required for some categories, optional for others, but you have to have some of the, like brand, you have to have brand in here for some of these different categories. Um, so there's a lot of different values in here that may or may not be required depending on your product. And this is where it can get a little bit complicated because, like, let's say for example, you're selling apparel. Okay, apparel is required to have certain things like color or gender, or let's just go down to gender so you can see what that is. So you can see it says required for all apparel items in the feed that target Brazil, France, Germany, Japan, UK, and US. So if you were selling t-shirts or some sort of apparel product and did not have male, female, unisex in there, it would cause an error within the Google Shopping app within Shopify, because Google Shopping app, the app, doesn't want to send products that are missing all this information. If you send a bunch of products that are missing tons of information, Google will just suspend your entire feed and you can't run any products. So let's go back to Shopify. Okay, so here's all the products that are in the store. You can see some products are approved, some products aren't. These ones are actually published and going to Google. These ones have errors. So this app, the Shopify app, automatically goes through and does that initial check, which is super helpful, which is great. But it is, if there's items missing, you do have to go through one by one and sort of find out what those items are. So for example, in this case, it says G10 missing, and Google product category cannot be blank. Okay, so a barcode is missing for this. The category is also missing, so let's just do this real quick. Let's do, I don't know, area light. Okay, there's no category for that. Let's just do light. Okay, let's just put it under lighting fixtures. Okay, so that's typically what I go through, the process I go through to find the category. Now, the difference between home and garden and let's say apparel is pretty significant. Like, I wouldn't want to put this product in apparel. That would be just too far off. But the difference between light fixtures and let's say wall lights is virtually zero. You're not going to get any performance difference in sort of picking and fine tuning this. I've seen a lot of high volume accounts that have A/B tested this and tried different strategies for different categories, and it just makes zero difference. So my opinion to you, or my recommendation to you, is just pick the one that's closest to what you're trying to sell, go with that, and that will get you there. So we are missing the barcode, so you can see that, so we'll have to add that back at the product level. So let's go ahead and save this, and then let's go to the LED area light product and add that barcode. So here's the product. Go in here. Okay, now that I have the barcode, I'm going to type that in. Hit save. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my Google Shopping app from Shopify. And let's see if it gets approved. Okay, so there's a couple things. Okay, there, it's been published. So that one's done. So unfortunately, what you have to do is go through this one by one and really sort of see what type of errors you have. I mean, it could be that most are UPC or G10 or category. You know, okay, in this case, it's title not valid because it's probably too long of a title. I see category. I don't see. Okay, I've got a barcode there. That's good. This one is category, oh, this one's good. This one is category title too long. So I guess my point is you can just go through these, see what your major errors are. And in this case, we can see that a lot of these errors are just really the category. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cheat here, and I'm going to apply in bulk, set my category. I'm going to do light. I'm going to home and garden lighting. Yeah, sure. So this is you can see is the higher level category than all of these other ones. I think I picked light bulbs, light fixtures. I'm just going to go with the higher level category, apply that, and sort of let Google run through and see if there's any other errors. Now you can see a couple more errors came back. What are these ones? This one is title. So I'm guessing a lot of these are going to be title. A lot of these products are from Amazon, so title maybe a little bit long. This one, I'm not sure where that barcode is coming from, but that one has the wrong barcode, so I have to look that up. So that's the process of really sort of going through and troubleshooting these products. Really go through the product data feed specifications, see what's required. Like for example, if we go up to the title is maximum of 150 characters. Okay, well, it's very likely that these are over 150 characters. So, just take your time, go through these, fix these one by one. It's just a very time-consuming process. There's no way around that. So in this case, we have 3 products that are being published to Google. That's good enough for now, but my next step would be to continue sort of going through this and get these live. Okay, so now that some of these are published, at least we've got a few that are being published. Let's go over to Google Merch Center, show you what that looks like, show you how these products are coming in. So it can take some time to get those products in there. It's not instantaneous. It can be 15 minutes, could be half an hour, it could be 24 hours. But basically, what is happening is the app is sending product data to Google Merch Center. Google Merch Center then processes it, reviews it, approves it. Then Google Merch Center sends that to AdWords. That sort of communication from the app to Merch Center to AdWords can take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. If you call Google, they may say 72. In my experience, it's closer to 24. I've seen it take considerably less time than that, but that's typically how long it takes. So what we want to start seeing though is we want to start seeing a list of products come in. So you can see 2. So these are probably the first 2 that got published. The other 2 are not in here, but you can see that, okay, this is the product. Okay, the image hasn't been crawled yet, so it's still sort of pending, still needs time to get approved. But you can see it's free shipping. Here's the information we sent Google Merch Center from the app. You can see question mark that probably should be cleaned up at some point. But that's pretty much it. That really sort of completes the setup of Google Merch Center. We've got, we went through, did the account settings, linked the account, set up the Google Shopping app within Shopify. So now all of your products from Shopify should start coming into Google Merch Center and start getting approved. That's pretty much it.